Hello, everybody. Amit here. Just want to welcome you to what I think is going to be the best video I've made so far. So this was requested by a viewer, and it was a good idea. They had asked for a Point Guard 101 video, and I thought, you know what? I'm very close with who I think is the best point guard to play this game, and I figured, well, why don't I just lean on him and his experience and his knowledge and have him be the one to teach you guys Point Guard 101. So this is a great honor for everybody here. If you're watching this and you're new to the role or the game, it's going to be a great help. And what he's going to go over will also translate to other games similar to this format, so other 3x3 basketball games. Of course, it's not going to be like a one-to-one comparison, but everything that we go over here, or I should say he goes over, is going to be very helpful. It's a bunch of information. It's going to be really well said, and I'm very privileged to have gotten him to do this for us. So I hope you all enjoy. It's going to be long. He's also going to introduce himself.
Hi everyone, my name is Sansmiku. I've been playing this game for about 4 years now. I have a lot of experience at a top level, including a tournament win, and I'm also the only player that's ever achieved 100% win rate legend. I took a lot of time writing this guide to try to help some of the newer players get a better grasp on this game, so they don't have to deal with a lot of the R&D that I had to go through when I first started playing. I hope that some of my insight on PG can help anyone that's looking to become better at this role. Now guys, this is going to be a longer formatted video, so thank you to anyone in advance. Now lock in, because we're going to be here for a while, but I promise you, even as a higher or more advanced player, you're probably going to learn something.
Okay, so I'm going to be going over everything that he wrote down here, and the format's going to be separated into different chapters. So you can look through the chapters. If there's something you want to hear and look at, then I will give timestamps for each chapter start. And then afterwards to anything that I think needed a visual, I will also include visuals at the end, go over certain things that he had talked about. So let's get into it. Okay, so here's the map. So first thing we're going to go over is the point guard mindset. Second is affixes and pregame setup. Third is choosing your character. Fourth is defense, the 4 states. Fifth is state 1 on-ball defense. Then there's help defense, navigating screens, your man screens. Number 9 is zone defense. 10 is offense, your core job. 11 is passing and ball security. 12 is creating your own offense. And 13 is diving and loose ball priority. So again, I will be leaving timestamps for the start of each section. Feel free to jump to one if you'd like. And let's start with number 1. The point guard mindset. Point guard is a facilitating and support role. Your most important responsibility is to reduce mistakes, whether they come from you or from your teammates. On offense, you're usually the safest person to handle the ball because your passing tools make interceptions less likely, and defenders have a harder time stripping you cleanly. Support can take several forms. Strong positioning lets you dive for loose balls without crowding your scorer, creating second chance opportunities. Well-timed screens can also help, although a bad screen is extremely punishable. You must also recognize the moments when taking the shot yourself is genuinely the best option. Defensively, begin with the fundamentals. Guard your assignment, understand screening actions, and know how to respond when your man screens for someone else. As you become more comfortable, you can help with perimeter defense, hunt steals, and make higher-risk plays. The role becomes more expressive as your fundamentals become more reliable. The core idea here being, a great point guard is not measured by how often they touch the scoreboard, they're measured by how many possessions they quietly rescue. Okay, number 2, affixes and pregame setup. Before you ever step onto the court, 2 choices matter most, your affixes and your character. For point guard, Firefighter is essential, and Wonderful Dive is highly recommended whenever you can fit it. Together, they dramatically improve your ability to secure loose balls. The most common setup is Chatterbox, Vanguard, and Firefighter. Savior is the main affix that can completely alter a late-game possession. During the final 20 seconds, a player with Savior can become a nearly guaranteed 3-point threat regardless of the contest, so you must block the shot rather than relying on pressure alone. Phantom Thief is less common. It punishes pump fakes by granting free steals, but point guards rarely create clean looks through repeated pump fakes anyway. Most defenders will simply remain in front and contest because point guards are poor contested shooters. Treat Phantom Thief as something to respect, not something that should reshape your entire game plan. So the build priority here is Firefighter. It improves dive reach, and Wonderful Dive improves dive height. Both affect who can reach the ball first. Okay, section 3, choosing your character. The 3 point guards you will focus on most often are Reina, Becky, and Yasmin. Reina and Becky are similar speed-based defenders, but their strengths feel different. Reina's speed lasts longer, while Becky's is more explosive. Reina is slightly more offensive, especially with shot pass, while Becky offers stronger utility. Both Reina and Becky can use speed to cover teammates' mistakes, contest far-side dribble moves, and create individual defensive plays. Becky's biggest advantage is rolling dive, paired with speed, which gives her priority in almost every dive situation, except against Yui. Yui has an excellent dive, but is harder to position because she lacks speed. Rex can also become a strong diver when double affixed with wonderful dive and enhanced save. He still loses priority to Yui and Becky, but he can beat most of the remaining cast. His challenge is reaching the correct spot without allowing his assignment to escape. Yasmin paired with a shooter is a timeless option, especially in lower ranks. She's less mobile and dives worse than Becky, but Glow more than compensates for her limited personal offense. Since she is normally paired with shooters, diving is rarely her main priority. The remaining point guards are all viable. Mo, Chen, and Mei have perfect catch for unusual spacing. Lily and Cole bring screening utility, and Cole adds late-game debuffs. Even White can disrupt help defense in a way no other point guard can through flash pass. Any point guard can work when the team shares a plan, but the core 3 are usually the strongest general picks at the time of recording. Picking rule being, choose the character whose mobility and utility solve your team's actual problem, not simply the character with the flashiest kit. So no Takumi. Okay, section 4. Defense, the 4 states. When you begin learning point guard, prioritize defense. Point guard is not an offense-first role, but it often has defensive tools that other positions cannot replicate. Because your personal scoring is limited, you may not be expected to score at all in many lineups. Reliable defense is far more valuable than any personal offense. In man-to-man defense, you will repeatedly move through 4 states: guarding the ball, helping while your man is off ball, navigating a screen set for your man, and hedging when your own man sets the screen. Recognizing the state quickly prevents hesitation and keeps the defense organized. Read the possession. Before choosing a technique, identify the state. The correct action becomes much simpler once you know which responsibility is yours. State 1. On-ball defense. Most point guards will try to create space with a vanguard, speed, or dribble moves. When facing Reina or Becky, remember that you do not need to remain directly in front of them for the entire possession. You only need to arrive in front the moment they shoot. Take efficient angles and cut across the arc instead of chasing the full curve behind them. Dribble moves are generally punishable. Your safest knockdown attempt is to predict where the move ends, reach that spot first, and hold defend. Even if you guess incorrectly, most point guards shoot slowly enough that you can recover when no screen is blocking your path. Against double cross, stand still and hold defend. The attacker will often run directly into you. Against feint dribbles, such as Justin's, you cannot force a knockdown, so remain calm and contest late. Takumi is different because much of his kit cannot be knocked down. Stay outside his break zone, then close in when he shoots. Allowing Takumi to break you also busts his entire team, so reckless knockdown attempts are rarely worth it. Only behind the back and Takumi crossover truly punish a defender for standing still. Against most other dribble moves, patience is enough. Use the natural speed of point guards to recover and contest rather than gambling unnecessarily. Section 6. State 2. Help defense. When your man does not have the ball and is not using a screen, you are in help defense. This is a state with the most freedom as long as you can return to your assignment before they shoot. Point guards can hover near the scorer to cover pump fake jumps, ankle breaks, or teammates who are struggling to stay in front. Moving closer to the play also improves your chances of diving on loose balls. You can even occupy the outermost dribble knockdown location, removing one escape route from the ball handler. Many point guards avoid off-ball movement because judging the recovery distance is difficult. Your job is still to reduce mistakes. When helping would cause you to lose your own assignment, remain attached. An unattended off-ball shooter can punish the defense immediately. Don't mind, my readings are the best, so bear with me. Section 7, State 3, Navigating Screens. The third state occurs when a screen is being set for your assignment, whether they have the ball or are moving off-ball. The teammate guarding the screener must step up and fill the opposite side. Crossing a screen can be safe when the support is coordinated. The sequence is simple. Walk with your man until they reach the screen. Hold your side until they can move around without being hit. During that movement, your teammate hedges, temporarily covering the target until you recover. Hedging works especially well because the screener is locked into an animation and cannot immediately escape. Once you clear the screen, return to your original assignment as quickly and safely as possible. Otherwise, you may leave a big defender matched onto a scorer or create an easy dunk mismatch. An excellent point guard can handle many screens almost alone. Outside of unusual screens, such as Andrew's, or dash screens like Elise's, point guard speed can often avoid contact and occupy two offensive players at once. Even perfect players still need help in certain pick-and-roll situations. Multiple screens, speed boosts, or strong horizontal dribbles can force a full switch. In man-to-man, switch only when covering is no longer realistic, most commonly against shooting teams. State 4, your man screens. The fourth state flips the previous interaction. When your assignment sets a screen, you must hedge by guarding the ball handler for the duration of the screen or until your teammate recovers. Many point guards struggle here because filling the lane feels like a responsibility reserved for the big. It is not. When your man is the screener, stepping into action is your responsibility. Failing to hedge leaves your teammate trapped in a two-player action with no support. Section 9, Zone Defense. In Zone Defense, your responsibility changes from guarding one person to protecting an area. Most of the time, a point guard holds the left or right side. The simplest rule is this: do not allow anyone to reach the outside of your position. The main rotation occurs when you are guarding a corner or wing. Your teammates are positioned near the top, and an offensive player cuts from one corner to the other. You must follow the cutter and take over the opposite side. The defender on the ball cannot abandon the ball handler to chase that cut. Your big may need to help if the opposing big screens your path while you rotate between corners. Communicate early so the zone shifts as one shape rather than three separate defenders. And I had to delete my previous voice recording because I thought that the NBA had... I thought that the zone was still like banned in the NBA, but it turns out they lifted that in like 2000, so my random knowledge on the NBA happened to be wrong, so... Anyways. Section 10, Offense, your core job. On offense, your job is to get the score of the ball in the positions where they want to attack, support them in the ways they need, maintain appropriate spacing, and remove as much risk as possible. At the start of almost every possession, the point guard should receive the ball before the shot clock begins because the defense cannot intercept during the countdown. The exception is when a scoring opportunity already exists, such as a screen landing early, Mary triggering Vanguard from the opening pass, or Reno having a clear high jump opportunity. You start with the ball not because you're automatically looking to score, but because the ball is the safest with you. Hold it until the scorer reaches a useful location. A Kaido might need to approach the rim before receiving the pass. A shooter may need to clear your defender and align with the big screen. Learn each scorer's kit and pass accordingly. Section 11, Passing and Ball Security. Use pinpoint pass and bounce pass as often as possible because they cannot be intercepted. Be mindful of distance. If you're too far away, bounce pass will not activate. If you're not far enough away, pinpoint pass will not activate. Accurate analog direction also matters. The fewer passes your team needs, the lower the chance of an interception that completely changes the game state. When you must attempt a risky pass, move toward the pass lane so you can recover the loose ball. The interceptor is temporarily locked in the interception animation while you have dive. A nearby point guard can often reclaim the ball immediately. Do not stand too close to a falling ball. When you're directly on top of it, the game may force you into the slower pickup animation, allowing the other point guard to dive past you. If you're too far away, however, you cannot reach it at all. Learn the distance that allows a clean dive. Watch the pass icon as the ball leaves your hand. If the pass is being intercepted, the icon changes to dive. With experience, you can also recognize the altered trajectory. The ball moves slowly, rotates very little, and resembles a knuckleball. Maintain a safe return pass distance from your scorer. Stay close enough that they do not throw the ball away, but far enough that the opposing point guard cannot rotate from the scorer back to you. When a steal is unavoidable because the scorer is trapped in an animation, position for the loose ball in the same way you would after an interception. The thief is also locked in an animation, giving you a chance to dive first. Section 11, Creating your own offense. You should usually generate personal offense only with the help of a screen. If the opposing big refuses to leave your scorer and creates a 2-on-1, your own big may screen for you. This forces another defender to rotate and can restore a one-on-one matchup with the scorer. Without Vanguard or strong scoring capabilities, your goal is simply to force the rotation. Once the defense commits, pass the ball back. If no one fills correctly, then take the open shot. Otherwise, creating the isolation has already completed your job. After the pass, look for another way to reduce risk. Position for the rebound or dive on a blocked shot or dunk. Point guard offense is at its best when it creates a reaction and immediately converts that reaction into support. And the last section, Section 13, Diving and Loose Ball Priority. Diving matters so much for point guards because it is a defining skill of their role, and point guards naturally dive better than shooting guards. Success depends on pre-positioning. Reach likely landing zones without blocking your score or disrupting spacing. Firefighter increases dive length. Because dives finish at the same time, the longer dive effectively grants priority when 2 players begin from the same area. Wonderful Dive increases dive height, allowing you to interact with the ball earlier while it is still higher in the air. Dive height can be just as important as range. For block dunks, read the blocker's line of sight. The ball usually travels in the direction the blocker is facing at the moment of contact. For block shots, the ball generally travels opposite the hand used to block. The game chooses the hand with the most available space, so a defender hanging to one side of the contest zone often sends the ball towards that side of the screen. These rules sound complicated, but they become intuitive through repetition. A few characters alter the pattern. When Daisuke uses block pass, you often do not need to dive at all. Stand behind the 3-point line and the ball will return to you. Block intercept characters send the ball farther, so exaggerate the usual angle and position deeper. Also, it sounds like my voice kind of cut out weird like an alien. It's because I keep on making the slides too short. I can't finish reading them before they go off the screen, so sorry for the weird sounding ending there. Hey, so you suffered through 17 minutes of my voice. I hope that you're okay. Maybe order a special dinner for tonight. Traumatic evening for you, I'm sure. So I'm going to hand it over to Sans. Again, thank you for watching the video. Hope this was helpful. And yeah, thank you.
Hey guys, it's Sans again here. I know the video was pretty long, but it was really everything that I could think of on the subject. Mid's not going to ask you guys this, but if anything was helpful here, go ahead and leave a like. And if you have any questions or anything that I should go more in depth on, go ahead and leave a comment and I'll do my best to be in the comments and answer anything I need to, or I can even assist with the follow-up video if necessary. Really thank you so much to Amid for giving me this chance. I've been wanting to make a video like this for such a long time, and I really think it's going to be helpful to the community. So thank you so much for watching, really.